Hey there everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Natty Rock and today we're going to be doing a recap, not a recap, we're going to be doing, I guess a recap of what's been going on today with, I'm so itchy. Sorry guys. Today we are doing a recap of what's been going on with the Gabby Petito / Brian Laundrie case. Today is the 30th of September. As of right now, Brian Laundrie is still not been caught. We don't know where he's at right now. We are waiting. We are all lying in wait to see when he will be caught as the main person of interest in the murder case of Gabby, but also as somebody who has been indicted on charges for essentially credit card fraud because he used he's being alleged that he's used Gabby's credit card after she passed away. So everybody is really lying in wait on this whole situation. Uh Nina just joined in the chat. Welcome, Nina. I love that you changed your photo to Izzy. That's hilarious. You should change it to that photo of her taking a selfie of herself. I've been showing everybody that photo of her and everybody loves it. Actually, I'm gonna show it to you guys because that'll be, I want to start doing like a palette cleanser on every stream, so I will show you guys at the end. If you guys stick with me to the end of the stream, I will show a photo of my family's dog taking a selfie of herself without anybody knowing. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. But a lot of developments have happened today. The FBI went back to the Laundrie home. We had dog on the hunt all day with some stuff thinking that it might have been Brian's discarded stuff. And also a banner there was a photo going around of a banner flying over the campground that said Aloha Brian Laundrie and then like being signed off as dog, as in Dog the Bounty Hunter, which was, you know, if you saw my thumbnail, which would make sense, was the thumbnail. We also have an interview with Dog about the updates. We got a lot of stuff going on today. This case just keeps unraveling, and I think we're all really hoping that Dog, I don't know about you guys, but I think we're all really hoping that Dog the Bounty Hunter has got Brian in his sights and he's gonna catch him sooner than later so that everybody can get some peace, you know, and we can hopefully get some answers for this poor family. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. And we're gonna start off with a video. We have a new subscriber who should be on the stream right now, so welcome back. That is Joe, and Joe today sent me some links. Watch my last live stream on the replay, so thank you so much for watching on the replay. I love it when you guys are here. I love it when you guys watch the replay and comment to me. Either way, I love interacting with you guys about this case and about everything. But Joe sent me some footage, sent me the latest conversation between Brian Enton and Dog the Bounty Hunter on the case updates, and also sent me the video that we kept talking about, the guy wrangling an alligator with a trash can in Florida, which is like the most Florida thing. Dragon Man has come back. Good afternoon. Welcome back, Dragon Man. I don't know where you're at, but it is currently nighttime where I am at. Also, can you guys let me know if you can hear me okay? I have my earbud in today so that I can not have double video chatter when I'm talking to you guys and having like a video play. So let me know if you guys can hear me okay. But anyways, without further ado, like I said, let's watch this video together of Dog the Bounty Hunter's interview thing with Brian Enton. Oh, yep, there we go. Okay, there is the, where did my, okay. Sorry about that. Alright, so this is the tweet that Joe sent me, which is really helpful. If you guys want to send me links on Twitter, that's super helpful.
Alright. Indicate he was there. Did you see anything out at those islands yet?
Okay. Can you guys hear that okay? Move that up a little bit.
There.
Well, we found an old, like, little camp spot, and of course you can't tell it was him. But I did see that it's very easy to hide out there. But these dogs are, they go by the scent of humans, and not just like a bloodhound. You got to give a bloodhound like an old sock or an old shirt, and then he hunts down the scent. These dogs, these German Shepherds, hunt down the adrenaline scent. So we did find one guy way back in there, and the dogs hit on him, and we went up to him, and he's an older man. It wasn't him. So this is a very good place that Brian picked to hide.
So you still think he's in that area near the campground? Is that what you think?
Yes, for right now, yes. I mean, when you have leads like we've got, you've got to work them in groups and bunches, and you got to get that lead. You got to work that lead till it ends. I mean, it's not, this is a lot of hunts like this big are tough. This is
Okay, I just want to point out that also thank you for confirming that the sound is good. I just want to point out that I lost my train of thought. I remember now. It was really interesting to see maybe it was a case that the FBI kind of knew and was keeping this lead close to their chest. I don't know. But it was really interesting to see, like, the FBI seems to have, like, run very quickly to this location now that Doc is talking about. Everybody's run to that location at this point, and started looking for the surveillance video, and the FBI quickly got surveillance video from the campground. So it's just very curious to me, and I do want to point out that at this point, in this moment in time, with this all happening, it's really interesting to me because, to me, I don't know if you guys are seeing this or not, this pattern, but as we'll talk about in this video, it seems to me like Dog coming out and pinpointing this campground really hit a nerve for the Laundrie family, because immediately the attorney started putting out a little bit of information here, little bit of information there, gave the info, is now letting the FBI in more. They gave them this phone, which we're going to talk more about because I have more info about. But there was a phone that Brian purchased when he returned from the trip without Gabby from AT&T, and for some reason magically left before he went on the hike. As of their story, that's what they're alleging, is that he went on the hike, blah blah blah. He left this phone behind, and the parents had never said anything about this phone the whole time. And then as soon as it seems like, Dog pinpoints this, strikes a nerve, and then they give up the phone, that seems really weird to me. Is anybody else feeling like that? Because that was such a strange and pivotal moment, in my opinion, that Dog honed in. And not only did Dog hone in, but immediately the news was like, wait a minute, there's a sun passed hole right outside the camp. You have to go through it. So they're going to have proof there. And then the surveillance, all of that whirlwind, in my opinion, struck a major nerve with the family, and they are cooperating more now. So I don't know what's going on. Their lawyer has been putting out more statements, and so it's a very interesting situation to me, and I'm wondering if anybody else has noticed that. But in the meantime, while I get you guys' thoughts, I'm gonna continue this interview.
This is a pretty tough, not the toughest I've ever had at all. But this is you gotta work this.
Right. I think people just want, obviously, an immediate resolution to all this, but it sounds like it may take some time.
it could, but the leads, please, everyone, keep pouring in these leads because they're guiding us. So that's going to be the reason of our success is the leads that the people, my family, get.
Right. Yeah, and I talked to your daughter last night, Lisa, and she was telling me, you've been doing this so long. There are the skeptics out there that say, oh, he's just here for publicity. I mean, what do you say to them?
Well, hopefully I don't need the publicity. I mean, my shows are on every single day on TV, and I think everybody knows who I am. So, I could do other things to get publicity besides this.
Hi, Patricia. Thank you for joining.
I've done this. This is what I do for a living.
Okay.
And I really don't care what there's 3% people saying bad things out of 100%. So I don't look at that ever, never have. I don't care what they think. They said the same thing with so many cases. Andrew Luster, the Max Factor error, 87 counts of rape. They all said, oh, he's chasing a shooting star. He'll never catch. 64 days later, after we started the hunt, I caught him in Mexico. So I don't look at the bad skeptics. I don't look at that.
And just my last question. I know you can't tell me everything or much, and a lot of it's secret. But you're going to be busy today, or sort of what's the plan for today?
No, we are busy today. We've got a couple brand new leads. that are pointing towards the direction we're in. And we will not. One thing about me is I'm ruthless and relentless, and I do not give up. So we're not going home till we catch this guy or he's caught.
So that is the video that Joe sent in to me. Thank you again, Joe, for sending that in. Welcome to the stream. I really appreciate you messaging with me today. I feel like I have so many people now who are like helping me out with the info, like Patricia, like Joe, and I really appreciate you guys helping me out because I'm not always able to keep up while I'm at work and stuff like that. Obviously, I have to work, and so it's nice to have people who kind of have my back and are helping me find out the info. So that was the little interview that Brian Enton did with Dog. I think it was a very enlightening one. I know that a lot of people have been questioning Dog's motives or wondering if he's doing this like out of self-interest. I know that he has said that he lost a daughter a very similar age, and he's been doing this for a lot of years. People have been questioning his competency. He's been doing this for decades. Way before the TV show. There's a reason he got the TV show. It's because he had a good success rate. And like I said, I don't know if you guys were on, but I think that Dog pinpointing this campground and putting this lead out really put the pressure on the Laundries, because that's when they started talking. And so at the end of the day, if he's doing good and he's not being an asshole about it like other people are, like John Walsh, who's like saying horrible things online and telling Brian to unalive himself, like that's uncalled for. 1,000% uncalled for, not okay. Dog has not done a single thing like that. Dog has not said anything disparaging against them. He's not said anything disparaging against anybody. And he stayed very level-headed. And if him doing this means that more information comes out, then more information comes out. Even if for on the side, very edges of it, he wants to have some extra notoriety. He has plenty of fame. At the end of the day, if this, some people are saying, he wants a TV show. He's had a TV show. He had a TV show for 8 seasons. If he wants a new TV show, he could get one. If this makes him have a new TV show, who cares? He's actually doing something. And like I said, the Laundrie started cooperating more with the FBI. They gave up this phone. They're giving more stuff up. If this is furthering the case and it's moving it quicker, then it's moving it quicker. At this point, I don't think he's damaging the case. Could it damage the case in the future? It's possible. But right now, we're getting more information. So it's a catch-21, but I don't think at this point, I don't think that he has bad intentions with this. And so, if I just say let the man do what he's gonna do at this point in the road. Marissa, my friend Marissa popped in. Hi, Marissa. Thank you for joining us and laughed about on a live. Yeah, I know it's a ridiculous thing to say, but it's gonna help with the YouTube censorship. So, this is already such a tricky topic that it would be very easy for YouTube to censor me because it is a missing persons case that turned into a homicide. So, I have used very coarse language before. I haven't had too much of an issue yet, but I'm trying my best to censor myself at least a little bit so I don't have an issue later. um Joe chimed in and said, I completely agree. The more people we have. Oh wait, I should be forgot. um One second. I completely agree. The more people we have looking for him, the better. Yes, so I do have that in mind. Joe said keep in mind the phone they gave was new, purchased on the 4th, and wouldn't have any pertinent information on it. I think just the fact that they were holding on to this phone and the fact that he, for some reason, bought a new phone when he came back out of nowhere, um, is a little strange. Like it might lead to something greater. Maybe he threw his phone somewhere because of something. It's it's one of those things where it could be a decoy, but it could be something more to the overall picture of things, because it's really weird to just go out and buy a new phone out of nowhere and then just ditch it. um Patricia says right on, Joe. Sadie's asking about the sign message from dog. I'm actually about to get into that, so just give me a couple minutes, Sadie, and we were gonna move into that because I have some interesting info because this has been going on around a lot. Exactly, Patricia. What happened to Brian's other phone? Is it still on him? Did he ditch it somewhere? Did he have a perfectly, reasonable explanation? Maybe it just broke somewhere. But then why would you buy a brand new phone and then leave it behind? All questions, all questions. Um yeah, I mean, again, I'm not gonna assume anybody's guilt on anything. I just, at this point, I'm just talking different scenarios. um Maybe he, again, it's like I keep it, innocent till proven guilty in a court of law. If it is even if it was, an accident and Brian knew, he should have reported it 1,000%. Marissa says he ditched it. um and said he's dumb enough to have left some kind of trail on it. I mean, if he is guilty, maybe he did leave a trail. Maybe he left a trail about the, he is being indicted on that credit card fraud stuff. Maybe he was doing transactions on his phone. Um Dragon Man said understand. But so yeah, so there's so many theories, there's so many things going on. So I'd love for you guys to mull over that phone thing a little bit more and just all of the facts of the case and give me your thoughts on everything. But next up, I'm gonna go back to what Sadie was asking about. So hi Sadie, I hope you're still on the stream. This is something that really interested me. So give me 1 second. Let me just switch on over. 1 second. Come on. All right, we're gonna ignore the 80 billion. Is this gonna? 1 second. I'm trying to get this to load. Don't know why it's not showing the. Come on. All right, so I'm gonna show this really quick just so you guys get an idea of this image that people are talking about. So this is the image that we're talking about here that Sadie asked about. 1 second. Come on. There we go. Sorry, guys. I'm getting used to StreamYard, and I only have one, not like a fancy person who's got 2 screens. So, all right, there we go. So, this is the sign that people were saying that dog put out. People were saying this, and it says "Aloha Brian Laundrie," dash dog, as if it was from him. And so I was really interested in this because I saw the tweet. There was a tweet that I showed in my thumbnail. Let me read that tweet for you guys, because obviously you're looking at my video and not my thumbnail, because that would not make any sense. So let me just read you guys that tweet really quick. So somebody put that out, and they put it out with that tweet that was in my thumbnail, and the tweet said, "This junction of the Gabby Petito murder investigation feels like an absolute fever dream. You have Dog the bounty hunter who's tracked Brian Laundrie down to a tropical island and is now taunting him by flying a banner around the island in hopes of flushing him out." Which I thought was incredible, hysterical, just all of the above. It sounds like kind of sounds like some dog craziness, and I was really here for it. And I was talking to Patricia, and I was like, can you confirm, do you know anything? And Patricia had thought she'd seen video of it. And so as I was getting ready for the live stream, I was trying to find video of this plane actually flying in the air, because hello, of course I want video to show you guys and talk about, because that's just everything. In case anybody is wondering why, like, the Aloha thing, Dog actually, I don't know if he's originally from Hawaii or not, but he like lived in Hawaii for like decades. And he says aloha and like a lot of like things in Hawaiian. So yeah, like Sadie said, it's definitely something Dog would do. Like, that to me is hilarious. Like, it's brilliant. So I started getting to look online, and I went on YouTube looking for the video, and there was like a fact check thing up, which I'm going to show you guys now. And it was popped up by YouTube themselves. It looks like they're doing a lot of fact check stuff for big news topics, obviously to combat misinformation. And so this, can we not, please don't play the ad. I don't want you playing an ad. I'm gonna mute this just in case. Come on. Just in case, because I don't want it blasting an ad in your ear. But so, they're just kind of talking about the thing. So, Dog the Bounty Hunter has joined the officials in the search for Brian, looking near the campground. And so, a Twitter user put that out and claimed that Dog hired it. And the tweet I just read to you guys, and it's been blowing up on social media, absolutely blowing up. And so other versions of the picture include some that replace Dog with the initials of a representative, and that has been circulating on Twitter, but like not as big as that one has gotten. And so they fact checked with Dog the Bounty Hunter and his team, and they said that neither Dog nor any of them have flown any banner over Florida in the search for Brian Laundrie. And this is hilarious that Dog said this, because again, it goes back to what Sadie said. It's definitely something Dog would do. And Dog said, quote, "Frankly, I wish I had thought of it, but it wasn't our team. I'd love to shake the hand of whoever is behind the banner, I'll tell you that." End quote. And so, as of right now, it's not even clear if anybody actually even did fly the banner, or if somebody just created this banner digitally, which it's leading me to believe that it was done digitally, because it would have been all over the news. Like, the news would have caught the footage, because they're out there. They're out in that area constantly now, ever since Dog broke the news. So let me see. Is there anything else on here? Yeah. So dog has been in the area obviously because he's hunting him down, and he said he hasn't seen that banner at all. So it is false. Dog did not fly that banner, and it probably didn't even happen at all, which is sad to me because that was kind of everything. Like, it's honestly hilarious. So that's that on that. Sorry to disappoint everybody if you guys were really wishing that was real or really thinking it was real, because I was on the same boat. I was thinking it was real. I was thinking it was hilarious. But we got a little duped. So that stinks. But you know what? We're gonna take one of Joe's tweets and we're gonna do that little break in between. Where is here it is. Cause this is hilarious. Let's just have a little palate cleanser in between, and let's enjoy this video of this man wrangling an alligator in Florida with a trash can. Come on.
Hey, let me know when the head going inside. Let me know. Somebody let me know when the head going inside. I got you, yeah.
I want to know where in Florida this was. It's honestly genius. Like, this was a smart move. It could have ended badly, but it could have ended worse if you wouldn't have caught him. And there it is. He got him. Can't believe he did that. That was everything. So thank you again, Joe, for that palate cleanser. That was hilarious. I've literally never seen something so. No, I've seen so many Florida things in my life. Let's be real here. I am a true Floridian. But oh man, that was just too funny not to talk about. So hopefully that was a nice palate cleanser in the middle. Let's see what else is up. Joe said that Joe, can you tell me what your pronouns are? I'm gonna guess it's she, her, but I'm not sure. So just let me know. But Joe sent me another tweet. It's Brian Enton interviewing the FBI agent Jennifer Coffendofer. I'm gonna guess that's how you say that. Let's see. Was it this one? Oh yeah, 1 minute ago. Yep, okay. Oh, this is a super short one. Okay. 1 second. Let me just restart it. Joe said she, her. All right, thank you. Also, if anybody wants to let me know what their pronouns are that I obviously don't know in real life, then let me know, because that makes my life a lot easier. All right.
Last week when I talked to you, you said you thought Brian Laundrie was alive. Today, do you still think Brian Laundrie's alive?
Yes, I
And
still
why?
think he is alive. I think he's alive because I don't think someone with his personality and with everything they have done to date that they would do for somebody who is not alive. Let me give you some examples. First of all, as I mentioned, they have retained an attorney to get them through this process. Number two, I don't see the Laundries out frantically looking for their son. Obviously, they know the Bureau is looking. They are doing nothing, and their whole demeanor is not the demeanor of frantic parents concerned that their son is dead somewhere.
Last week when I talked to you, you said you thought Brian Laundrie was alive. Today, do you still think Brian Laundrie's alive?
Thank you. Ooh, can we? Okay, come on. Thank you, Joe. That was a really good clip. Brian Enton is like really been on the forefront of this whole thing. So I applaud him. But yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense to the whole case, you know. If there was a doubt that he was alive, I don't think that they would be so calm, cool, and collected either. Also, can somebody let me know or verify this? But I heard something today and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. There's no way that's real. But somebody was like, "Oh, why would they retain a real estate attorney for a criminal case?" And I was like, "What are you guys talking about?" Now, I will say that it is possible. Like they made it sound like it was an attorney that only ever does real estate law that was brought in for the case, which obviously wouldn't make sense. But I have a feeling that either that whole statement was BS and it was not a real estate attorney at all, or it is somebody who it is somebody who is cross-trained. You know, there are attorneys that specialize and only do one kind of law. There are attorneys who only do car accidents. Like they do PI and then they hone into only car accidents, or they do only disability law or only criminal. But there are a lot of attorneys who do a lot of different things. I actually know somebody who is simultaneously a real estate attorney and also a criminal attorney. Some people do that. Some people like to do a lot of different areas. So I'm very curious about that. Dragonman said that I'm gonna guess your pronouns are he him because it's Dragonman. But said that quote, "I saw that, but I don't remember who said it." I saw it too. So I don't know what that's about. Also, I'm not ignoring your messages from earlier, but thank you again, Joe, and thank you for clarifying. And I'm gonna guess that was about the attorney thing, which was strange to me. Again, I feel like somebody was sensationalizing the thing. We got a new person on, so welcome to. I'm gonna try my best, but BM, I'm not even gonna try. I don't want to like. Can I just call you B? Let me know what to call you. I don't want to mess it up. But welcome to the stream. Said or it's attorney they have used in the past and they just have him on retainer and they just trust him. I mean that is possible. Anything is possible. So I would love to get some more ideas on that. Joe said he doesn't have much of any defense work, mostly real estate and family law. I know somebody who does that too. But it'll be interesting to see if this is just somebody they have on retainer for now and maybe they'll step up their like legal team, like if they'll end up having more attorneys come on, or if they're just sticking with their guns with this person, or what. I'm very curious to see. All right, so just call me Junior. Thank you for clarifying. Let me know what your pronouns are. And Marissa says, I loved this. Marissa said, Florida man for the win. Plus he's a snack. Marissa, you were on your shit today. I don't know what's up with you today, but you were crushing on everybody today. That's hilarious. That guy was great. Like, I loved that video so much. We should continue to do Florida Man as a palate cleanser in between, because I feel like it's just right. It makes me feel a little better to have this palate cleanser, you know? Gets real heavy and intense and like very frantic on the stream sometimes. Not in like a bad way, but it's like, oh my god, consume information, and it's like you get wired like a little bit on the stream, you know? Okay, let's see what else is up. Let's see. Come on. Please load. I have a whole list of things that I was going to go through with you guys. We got somebody new on the stream named Fran. Welcome, Fran. And said Brian's sister. That was it. Can I get a little elaboration on Brian's sister? That could mean anything. All right. Okay. Give me. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Woo, the chat. Chat. Joe said, come on. Okay. They will have to if he doesn't have any federal or felony experience. Yeah, 100%. They will definitely have to have a lead attorney. I don't know who Bertolino is. Is that their current attorney? I'm gonna assume could potentially be second chair. That's a fair point, you know. I completely agree. Gloria just popped in the stream, so welcome, Gloria. Thank you for joining us. Said criminal attorneys are very expensive. This attorney is a friend, and I believe he's just helping to protect them from answering questions and buy time. Okay, I think that's a fair point. I think that's very possible. You know, and everybody has a right to, you know, a defense, and um you know, again, it goes back to me, like, I'm gonna make this point really quick because I think it's gonna start getting to like assuming people's guilt in the chat in a second. But I don't like to assume anybody's guilt, and I'm somebody who, my big thing is not assuming anybody's guilt. You know, we can talk about possible theories a little bit, but not stating as if fact that anybody's guilty. I don't believe anybody's guilty at this point because nobody has been in a court of law, you know, proven to be guilty in this case. You know, the case, nobody's even been indicted on this case yet, of the actual homicide. So, you know, I try my best to refrain from that kind of language. Not anything against Gloria, but yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. So yes. Let's see. Okay, so Fran was thinking that his sister has something to do with it. I mean, anybody could have had anything to do with anything. So again, like, just trying to stay neutral. I try really hard to stay neutral on this stream. Fran says nobody's checked her out. I mean, publicly, nobody has. Hopefully the FBI has, since they have gotten his phone that he just purchased on the 4th, just saying. I mean, I hope that they're checking every possible lead and avenue. A lot of people are saying, you know, his grandpa, his uncle, his parents, his sister, is, you know, hiding him or doing something, or they know something, or, you know, it goes back to like, it's hard. You know, it's one thing to like be like, could, I don't know, it's like, it's hard for me. I try, again, it goes back to like trying to stay neutral a little bit, you know, as best as I can. We just got some people agreeing in the chat. Thank you guys. I mean, I agree. She's not just anybody. I mean, it's his sister, but not everybody trusts their sister. Not everybody. I'm not really sure. I think I got jumbled on the chat with Fran. Sorry, Fran. I'm not gonna pop up what Joe was just talking about just because I don't feel comfortable doing that. I think just because you see somebody, it's just because this is happening doesn't mean that they're necessarily involved in any other criminal cases. I think, like, again, and I will say, like Joe was saying, like, he's like the dad has like a sketchy background, but like so many people, I think about it this way, like, there are so many things, like, a lot of people are picking apart Brian and his parents and his family and anybody who's ever been involved with him, and I put it into perspective that, like, at any point, anybody doing anything could be perceived as sketchy if you put it in the right light. It perceived as a bad person if you put it in the right light. Be perceived as a lot of things that are not good. So I don't want to automatically assume that they have this like long-standing criminal history because we don't know. I mean, there's only one criminal charge against any of them, and it was against Brian for essentially credit card fraud. So, and at the end of the day, like, whether or not they know anything, them staying quiet is you know, their legal right to do. And I'm not gonna fault them for using their legal rights. It's in the Constitution. The Fifth Amendment's there for a reason. You know, there comes to a territory between not speaking and giving false information. If they're giving false information, that's a problem. But if not, then you know, I it's one of those things where it's difficult. Marissa's saying he thinks he's smart enough to run away and stay hidden. He's so full of himself. Look at how he was with the cops. And said, I bet any criminal attorney would work this case just for the publicity. I will say that interestingly enough that you say that, because recently the criminal attorney, people were questioning if his parents were going to Casey Anthony's attorney. And that attorney was like, no way in hell am I taking this case. Like, in the most nice attorney way, workaround way, he was like, I would never take this case in a million years. Like, he's not trying to get into the media circus again. But it was just really funny. Somebody named Danny joined the chat. Welcome, Danny. And said, whoa, that was not what I meant to click on. What is happening? The chat is jumping. The only thing Dog is closing in on is his own tail. I mean, maybe so were the FBI. Like, you know what I mean? If there's another hat in the ring, there's another hat in the ring. Maybe it's just one extra person who would potentially find him. Okay, Junior's popping back in. Thank you, Junior. Said, I agree. We don't really know much confirmed facts about the parents. We can't assume anything. All we know is they aren't talking. Exactly. And now the only thing we can say for sure is what's been put out there. When they were talking, when, you know, at what points they've cooperated. There have been points that they've cooperated before. They fully let the FBI in recently, in the last week or so. Let them in. They didn't even have a warrant and let them get what they need to get. Today, again, they did the same thing. So they are cooperating to a degree. They are, you know, here and there. They did give up the cell phone. So they are talking. So we can go based on that. When are they talking? When are they not? Is something triggering them to talk? We can kind of get into that. You know what I mean? But we can't really assume anything about anybody's character. You know, I will say that I'm gonna pop this on the screen. I don't want to assume anybody's involved with anything at all. And I'm gonna play devil's advocate with this a little bit. How many people have you known that live with their parents, especially as they get older, and they fucking hate their parents? Just because they were all living together doesn't mean that they weren't miserable or that they don't like their parents. Like, doesn't mean that they have an amazing relationship. Maybe they had an okay relationship. Maybe they did have an amazing relationship. But just because they lived together doesn't mean that they had a good relationship. How many people have you known that, you know, they were your friend or you were living with somebody and you hated them? It could have been your parents. It could have been a roommate that you were stuck with. You know, a lover that you moved in with, and as soon as that happened, you fucking hated them. Or a friend and you were like, wow, what the hell? I can't live with this person. Just because you live with somebody doesn't mean you have a good bond. And there's a lot of people also, I mean, how many people do you know or have seen that, you know, they moved in with a stranger? Like, they have strangers for roommates. That doesn't mean much of anything to me. I know plenty of people who have done it out of necessity, but I know plenty of people who hated it. So, I don't know what Joe was agreeing to, but okay. We're not gonna say that. Okay. I don't remember what Gloria was talking about. Oh yeah, I wasn't saying anything with you. It just kind of, I left the quote up there. It wasn't really anything against you, Gloria. Yeah, Marissa is making a really good point. All attorneys are trained the same, but go on and they specialize. This might just be somebody that they trust. Yeah, this is a good point. If they fight in public, they sure fight around the family. That and I mean, if they were, let's say like that, if they were fighting like cats and dogs the same way that they were in public, like they did at Mary Piglets and stuff, that is a weird environment. It's a weird environment. So I don't think like, could you really be close with somebody if they're fighting like cats and dogs in your house all the time? I don't know. Joe said when Jose Paez won't take your case. Honestly. Yeah, very true, Marissa. That's a good point. Plus, it's not like there's any criminal case right now. I mean, there is, but there isn't. There's none against the parents right now. He's gone, so what specialty lawyering do they need, really? Very true. Fran said family's not even spoken up for his son as to pleading with the public to find him. I mean, that's weird. That's weird. Yeah, I will agree about that. Bro, living together for 2 years is nothing. I know people who fucking hated each other's guts that lived for way longer together. I don't know, like maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just like growing up with around a lot of Latinos that like stay at home way late, And I'm not even gonna say it's just Latinos. I've seen a lot of Caucasian families who end up like that. They end up in the house together and they hate each other and they're at each other's throats and they're still like that, way down the line, or the kids are in and out of the house and it's a freaking mess. Joe said, absolutely, my mom lives with us and there's times that I can't be around her and we still have an excellent relationship. I mean, some people do and some people don't. I mean, that's awesome that you can live with your mom and you can be around her all the time and you can't stand her sometimes, that you guys still have really good relationships. Some people don't have that privilege. You're very lucky that you have that relationship. I've seen so many people who don't have that. Yeah, there's been this question. If somebody can give me the proof on that as to like the mom works for or did with the DA and that had family with the police officer. I'd heard some stuff, but I don't think I ever heard it from the news. I think I always heard it from like second or third sources. So if somebody could let me know about that, maybe tweet me or something about info on that, I really appreciate that. Just a heads up, if anybody tries to comment links in my stream, YouTube automatically blocks links. I'm not trying to delete your stuff. I know that's been an issue before. So you'd have to like tweet me it or put it in the comments underneath the video, not on the live chat, for me to get it. I'm not sure if it would also delete it from the comment section down below, but Twitter is always great, like Joe's been doing with me, so thank you. I agree. I'm glad that the FBI is in charge now because they have a lot of a broader scope to deal with this, and it is their jurisdiction. At the end of the day, this is something that spanned many states, so I'm glad that they got involved. Not and even just in Florida, it spans how many counties at this point? So Joe said she worked for Suffolk County, not confirmed to be the DA's office. Cousin is an LEO. Thank you for that information, Joe. I mean, it's very possible. It's very possible. And maybe they were witnessing it. Maybe they weren't. Maybe it was happening when the parents weren't there, and maybe it became a boiling point when they were out on this road trip for all that time. That's a long time to be stuck in a car together with somebody else. Maybe they saw it, maybe they didn't. Maybe that's normal for them. Maybe it didn't. Again, I don't want to assume that anybody else was abusing anybody else. because it's again the guilt thing. Try not with the guilt thing. That is very fair, Joe. That is a good plan. I applaud you for that. That is why she's in the in-law suite in my basement. That is very good. Some people don't have that foresight, and they're all in the exact same living quarters, bunched in there. Francis, 2 years is a long time. It is a long time. It's just one of those things where we don't know until we know, right? We don't know until we get more videos. If we somehow get video footage or audio recordings about what was happening in that house, if somebody steps up and starts saying that they witnessed this, if there was an eyewitness account, if somebody, comes forward and admits to something, but we're not going to know until we know, right? So I don't like to assume, period. I just don't like to assume. I like to go very much based on the facts that are out there. Okay, I think Patricia's making a good point here. Dog is effectively digging up real leads. The FBI is following their procedures, but recently FBI seems to be following up on Dog's leads. I mean, it's true. I think that they are following procedures. It is their job. They do have to follow procedures. That's what makes the case. That's what makes it, rock solid when they get to court. They have to follow the procedures. But Dog seems to be digging up real leads. I mean, I think it was shocking to a lot of people that, he went to this place and he was like, I know it. I know he was here. And then now, there's people that have come forward that were, in the RV right next to the Laundrie family on that weekend. There's the surveillance footage that now the FBI has. There's the ledger that's been gone public. So I think that Dog has been very effective in this whole thing. And and I have to wonder if it is that, people feel that they can call his tip line, and because they do have that level of anonymity with calling the tip line instead of calling the FBI or the police directly, that people feel more comfortable coming to him, because a lot of people want to stay anonymous. A lot of people don't want to get involved. They want people to say, hey, I saw this happen on this date. Here's the proof. You do what you will and stay out of it. A lot of people don't want to be in this media circus mess, and a lot of people don't want to be dragged into court. So I completely agree, and I think it's a good thing that Dog is doing, that he's pulling up these leads. Let's see. Francis, Brian's phone is going to tell a tale. I think that is very possible, and I hope that they find his original phone, and I hope that they, even if they don't find his original phone, that they pull his phone records, and that we, that the tale is told. The family deserves the closure. Gabby deserves the truth to come out about what happened to her and about what was happening behind closed doors and what ended up happening in front of a lot of people. That all needs to come out. Danny said, I thought the Laundries had their own business as a juice company or something like that. I thought I read. This is a good point. And Joe did follow up and said it's called Juicer Services. They sell and maintain commercial juicing equipment. So yeah, I had seen that too. Let's see. Fran said, I believe Dog has gotten the FBI to expand their territory. I think so too, because they were I think publicly they have expanded their territory. Because we don't know what else that they're looking into at this time, or what they have been looking into while they were looking at the preserve. Because just because they were looking seemingly so intently from the outside at this preserve doesn't mean that they weren't looking other places on the DL. I'm guessing Patricia's talking about Dog and the FBI. They're both doing their best. People are also greatly helping with their evidence. I completely agree. I think, and I'm not going to knock the FBI at all. I think they are doing everything in their power to get this case solved and to find Brian and figure out what the hell happened. But I'm not going to knock either of them. I agree. And I thank you, Patricia, for highlighting that for me. I think that was a really good point. Denny said, "Well, I won't be buying any juice from them." LOL. I mean, unless you have some strange need for commercial juicing equipment, I don't think you would have probably bought from them anyway, so it's okay. um Danny said that phone he bought ended up not being a burner phone that he purchased, so I read. So Danny read. Um I mean, yeah, he only had it for a few days, so it'd be really unlikely that really anything is gonna be on that phone. But who knows? Yeah, that's a good point, Patricia. Dog lets people give tips anonymously. If the FBI gets tips, they aren't going public. Yeah, that's very true, both of these points. And, if you give law enforcement tips, it could, a lot of people are scared to go to law enforcement because they feel like they're going to be dragged into court. And so, I don't blame people. People don't want to have to be dragged into court. Nobody wants to be drugged into court, right? So I don't blame people for maybe wanting to talk to dog or calling a hotline like Crime Stoppers, which is a big thing in Florida, to give anonymous tips. Let's see. Friends, think is suspecting that the reason he purchased the phone is because he ditched him and Gabby's phone. Anything is possible, right? Danny's wondering if that phone's been found. Oh, I almost got cases mixed up for a second there because I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there is a case out of Orlando right now. This girl's name is Mia. I can't remember her last name right now. I'm going blank. Mia Marcano, I want to say. And she went missing, and there's this whole thing, and like this phone was being triangulated that might have led to stuff. So I was thinking about that. The Mia Marcano case I will be talking about very soon. I'm hoping to get to it on this Saturday and do a live stream on her, if not sooner. So keep an eye out for that. That is also a case that's kind of getting bigger and bigger, and I'm glad because the case is insane, like absolutely insane, and it's not looking good. Like what they found so far is terrible. And it's kind of a weird situation where the only person of interest is now dead. So, I hope you guys stick around for that as well, and we can keep talking about both of these cases. And I'm gonna digress now. Friends said they can see his actions from the 4th through supposedly the 14th. I don't think that adds up because he left for the hike allegedly, according to his parents, on the 11th. And they had it, so I don't see how they could see that, but I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Joe said social media has been so instrumental in this case. I completely agree. And the one thing that I really appreciate about this case is that we're all getting together. We are all continuing to, grow the signal that is this case. And the more that we talk about it, the more leads are going to come out, the more people find out, and, the more eyes we have out, the more possibility that, Brian's going to get caught. He's going to go in for questioning for this indictment, as well as what happened to Gabby, as he's the prime suspect or the person of interest in the homicide case. And so, I think we need to continue to signal boost this whole thing. And I think the other thing I appreciate is that this case is shedding light on so many more missing persons cases. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but because of Gabby's investigation out at Grand Teton, there was actually a missing persons case of a man in his 30s, and it was so sad. He's married, had kids, and he went on a vacation out to Grand Teton, and he went missing, and in the middle of the search for Gabby, they found his body. And so that was really sad, but at least his family now knows what happened. They found closure, and hopefully they can get through it. But it's such a sad thing, but that this case is signal boosting so many other missing persons cases, and I really appreciate that. Missing persons is something that I'm going to continue to talk about. Many other people, I'm going to continue with Gabby because I'm here for the whole ride, and I'm going to continue to stay here and stick with Gabby and make sure that, you know, she continues to, her light continues to shine, you know, and we find out the truth. But it's so important to talk about all these missing person cases. In 2020 alone, almost 1,500 people in the US alone a day went missing. It was 1,479 average people going missing in the US alone. So that is a crap ton of missing people. In 2020, when there was a quarantine, I don't want to know what 2019 was. You know, what the numbers were for 2019, because if everybody's quarantined and that many people still went missing, that's crazy. That's crazy. So I hope that we continue to talk about other missing persons, and I hope you guys stick along with me for more missing persons, and we help shed light on people and help other families find closure and hopefully find people alive somewhere, and we get some like shining moments, you know, to help others. Denny said, you think the FBI has a lot of telling evidence that they haven't disclosed to the media? Oh, 1,000%. You know, in any investigation, as far as, you know, I'm not a detective, I'm not a police officer, but as far as I'm aware of the system, you know, they are going to keep things close to their chest that, you know, because they don't want the media circus. I mean, look at what happened with the campground. People went out there immediately. The media went out there. People went out there. If you guys aren't aware, people have been literally showing up at Brian's parents' house from across the country, just because they want to see it, like a little fun game. Oh my God, we're going to go to Brian's parents' house, like as if they were going to your friend's house, and going to take pictures outside of it. Which to me is like so gross. Like, why would you do that? That's really like such a weird thing to do, in my opinion. So, you know, it's they don't want that happening anywhere else that they might want to go. And they also are going to want to keep, to a degree, things that they know that only that person is going to know who did it, because they want to make sure that they can verify that if somebody confesses to something, that they actually did it. Because sometimes people confess to things that they didn't do, which is weird. Very weird. But it happens. Patricia says, both good points, Fran and Joe. Danny was asking about the Mia Marcano case and said, did that maintenance guy that is dead, was he found dead in her apartment? No, he was found dead somewhere completely different. I want to say it was in like a storage area somewhere. I have to double check. I started making notes, but I'll have to look at my notes later. But I'm gonna do really soon. The first video I do on Mia is gonna be a timeline, a complete review of everything that's happened with her case, where like everything start to finish up to now, like what we know till now. And then we're gonna go from there. And I'm gonna continue to follow her case as well. Fran said his mom said that he left his phone and wallet at home when he left to go hiking. It's weird. It's weird. Joe said, did you see what Grady Judd said about the case? I have absolutely no idea who that is. So no, I didn't. The name sounds like vaguely familiar for some reason, but I don't know who that is at all. Fran said that was the 14th. Dragon Man brought up like kind of a crazy, funny point. A long time ago, they put missing kids on milk cartons, and it just made me picture somebody like a missing kid on like, cause like they don't really do like, I mean, I guess they did put like, they do still make some milk cartons, but usually milk that comes in cartons is more like milk substitute, I guess the word would be, like, you know, almond milk, soy milk, lactate milk, you know, lactose free milk. So it's just really, really funny, like, you know, missing kid on like the back of an almond breeze garden. Like, could you imagine how weird, like, our like the day and age that we're like living in, that like missing kids on the back of, you know, a, a carton of almond milk. Be so strange. Um let's see. Danny said, I've been wondering if Brian gets where he can't find any food or stay warm at night since the cooler months are coming, if he will just turn himself in. So I'm gonna assume, Danny, that you're from somewhere that's not Florida. Because more so than anything, the problem with Florida is the heat. So if he hasn't turned himself, like if he is somewhere in the wilderness in Florida and he hasn't turned himself in for the heat, I doubt that he's gonna turn himself in because it gets colder. Like if anything, he's gonna like thrive a little bit more. And where he's at doesn't really get cold. Like it doesn't snow in Florida. It doesn't get to that cold temperature in Florida. Um, it's just not something that happens. And so I really doubt it. Like now, if he's in the wilderness somewhere else, like up north, somehow he managed to go up north, then if you managed to go up north, I feel like that's just gone. But I really doubt it. Francis, so the 4th to the 14th, Gabby was announced missing by her mother on the 11th. Oh, thank you. I have my timeline. I have to pull it up. I have a Google Doc. Ooh. Marissa's trying to open up a can of worms for me. Marissa. She said, yes, the FBI doesn't tell much and they will hold info for a long time. Look how long they were investigating Josh Duggar before he was arrested. It's true. Also they're making their case. They have to make sure that all their ducks are in a row. The FBI especially don't want to look like freaking ass clowns, up on the stage, especially when it's such a high profile case like Josh Duggar, and now like this case that has become such a high profile case. They want to make sure that they get everything absolutely perfect, bulletproof for when that goes to trial. I don't know what this was about, but okay. It's true. Like you can't really expect them to say too much more. They have to keep stuff to themselves. Crystal is back. What is up? Hello, welcome. I found my ears last night and I was able to wear them to where I was going. And I would have forgotten if it wasn't for you. So thank you again, Crystal. Fran said Brian's mother told police that he was missing on the 18th. Danny said, oh, okay, we'll look forward when you do the Mia case, thanks. And said that they're from Ocala. Okay, so it's not terrible though. And said it's been in the mid-60s the last 5 or 6 days. For that is cold. For that it is cold for us. That's fair. I'm from Florida. I'm from Miami originally, and then I moved up to northern Florida. I was living there for a few years. Now I live in Connecticut. But to me, the cold, for the most part, didn't really ever bother me when I was younger. But as I got older, the cold, especially like the cold, like the 60s, like that's where I live in Connecticut now. Like that's like a beautiful fall day, and that always made me really happy when I lived up north, like in northern Florida, when it was like the 60s. It was just like a beautiful fall day. But I don't think it was brutally hot and brutally wet when he first went, missing, and then they thought he was hiking. And I think if he can withstand that, he can withstand the cold. Yeah, see, Ocala is so different though. Even though it's like right there, it's so much more warm down near North Florida and south. North Florida is almost 3 hours south, so I guess you could be okay, because here in Ocala we see low 30s in the winter. LOL. Yeah, it doesn't really get like that in that area as much. I don't know what just happened. Oh, okay. Joe is talking about like, oh, they kept everything to very close to their chest, and Joe is saying same thing with R. Kelly. And I can say very happily that this man, that R. Kelly has been convicted. Did you guys see that? It just came out like a couple days ago that he was convicted on a bunch of charges. So, yes, ma'am. Happy about that. Thank you for the justice system. Danny said, "Oh, that's cool. I was born in Broward and moved to North Florida when I was a teenager." What is up? That's dope as hell. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. Love my Florida people. Project Achieva is back. What is up? Welcome back. It said, "Hi again, Natty. I am now a subscriber." Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it. You know me. I'm on here every day, pretty much every day of the week. So thank you. I continue to bring out the news. I guess it's a good time to like do a little recap of what we've been talking about. Because Project Shiva said, "I feel like there is a lot of information in this case that we don't know yet. It's all slowly coming out as it goes. So many twists and turns, like a real life movie." That is so true. Okay. Train of thought. Many places. Let me hone in for a second. All right. Are they? This could end up becoming a movie, which is insane. Like legitimately. I mean, how many cases have they done that about? Follow up. Were they making a Casey Anthony case? Like a Casey Anthony, like a movie about Casey Anthony's case. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you guys, like hit the computer around, but I feel like I saw that. Like I didn't watch it, but I feel like I saw a commercial for that. Am I going crazy? But is that a thing? Patricia says, "It's so interesting that the FBI went back to the Laundrie home and actually went into the camper today." That was very interesting to me too. I am gonna play footage from that in a little bit. But that was very interesting to me too. They left with a cooler. Actually, I'm gonna play that for you guys really quick. Let me just get my stuff together. Oh, I almost stopped the camera. Sorry, guys. I didn't though, so that was good. All right. I am loving StreamYard, guys. This has been the best thing. Where is it? Okay. Here it is.
Breakfast that's ready in a snap.
Let me just make sure this is the. Pretty sure this is
Lunches you
today.
actually look forward to. Dinners
You're not gonna give
without
me more
shopping,
food?
chopping, and prep.
Okay.
Oh, it could be. We'll okay. Here comes the FBI.
Right,
Okay. Can you guys? Hopefully, you guys can hear that
Oh,
again.
they got a cooler bag there.
Yep. Yeah, this was definitely from the one today.
Yeah. Looks like a cooler bag. They got what they needed. Looks like they're getting out of here.
You know where Brian Laundrie is? What's this in it?
The reality TV-ness of it was really funny. Like in that one shot moment when he like the car started and they like jolted, was very reality TV. Look at this guy with the GoPro mounted on his camera. This is wild.
All right, we're watching the FBI. They just exited the laundry house with a cooler bag, and they jumped in their SUV, this Tahoe. Now they're going to be leaving the property.
Does anybody else wonder what's up with these license plates of the
Obviously,
FBI
media
when it's all over the
surrounding
news?
vehicle, so it's a little difficult to back out.
Because they have to get rid of these plates later, no? Or maybe they just keep it for this case to go back and forth, and they're just like, all right, we get rid of this plate later. Right? Is it just me? That's something I keep thinking about.
So that looks to be it.
So that was the whole thing. All right, please don't start playing.
Here is JV
No, please stop. Please stop. Absolutely not. Oh, one thing I want to say that was really bothering me today is that WFLA has been really cool, and they've been live streaming all the time, which is like a dope as hell. And I don't expect people to live stream 24/7, but they were live streaming pre-recorded footage, and people weren't catching on at first in the chat, and then people were getting mad, and I'm like, yeah, that's not cool. Why would you live stream something it was pre-recorded? Like, that's the point of a live stream. It was really weird for me. I didn't like that. Anyways, moving on. Crystal, girl Crystal over here, thank you. I couldn't let you forget the ears. And says, I think Brian has to be far from Florida. Why would he stay around there? Dog is after him. He could be anywhere. Justice for Gabby. Heartbroken. Yeah, I hope we see justice for Gabby. I hope that we get the truth out there and we find out exactly what happened. It's one of those things where he could be anywhere. And it's so frustrating for everybody. And that's what I say it a billion times in every stream. So I'm sorry, guys. But you know, he really could be anywhere at this point. Who knows? I mean, there's been so many people have said he was in Alabama. People said he was in North Carolina. People have said he was up here, you know, in the New England or like the Northeast. People have said he fled to Canada. So he really could be anywhere. He could be anywhere right now, and but I truly believe that it's a matter of time. And if anybody has been able to show us that, if you guys are familiar with this, if you guys aren't, I highly suggest watching this documentary. It's on Netflix. It's called Don't Fuck with Cats. And a bunch of people got online and they all got together, kind of like we are right now. And they started investigating and they started talking about it more and more. And more people joined and more people joined and more people joined. And they were chasing after this guy who had done some really horrific things, and he kept stepping it up, and they caught him. So if you want to feel a little bit a bright light of what could happen, and this chase ended up happening between multiple countries. So if they could find that piece of trash, I think that they can find Brian, because what this guy was doing just was despicable, and the lengths that these people went to and the crazy things that they figured out was just insane. And so if you guys are looking for something to like brighten your spirit and remind yourself that like anything is possible and people can be caught no matter how much they want to run, I would watch Don't Fuck with Cats. It's excellent. Danny said, I actually stumbled on you and so glad I did. You're a delight. Haha. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. You guys are so sweet. I love you guys, especially when you guys come back around. So I hope that you join me again in the next one. I'm sure you will, for the Mia case, 'cause that is just so insane. But I appreciate you guys joining me, and I appreciate you guys. I know a lot of people have been like subscribing and stuff, and if you guys like, subscribe, I really appreciate all that because I love talking with you guys and keeping up with this. And like I said, shining a light on these cases that need it, and especially going forward, I'm going to be talking more about other missing persons cases. I'm going to be talking about missing persons cases that were solved. Again, I want to shed that bright light. I like to have things in between to remind us that like what we're doing isn't just like in vain. Like we could really be helping people shed light on things and hopefully get more evidence for these cases. And you know, the more that we signal boost. So yeah, I'll get off my soapbox, but thank you guys. Jenny said, yes, 5 years, it'll be a movie on Lifetime. So accurate. I did hear something about that, Patricia, that a female FBI agent had a small jar of something when agents went back into the house. They were saying something about like DNA and or stuff about like scent for like dogs to track Brian. So there's like a lot of things. That's the theories and things. Project Achieva said, the fact that the FBI returned to investigate the camper means there's so much more to that camping trip. I mean, I don't know why they haven't investigated the camper until now. I'm wondering if they just didn't have enough to get, you know, a search warrant for the camper. But I think that they should be searching every square inch of everything, because I'm sure there's stuff that they haven't been able to touch yet, and that they, you know, they should be able to conduct their investigation properly. And I still want to know, does anybody know where the van is? Because I don't think I've only ever seen in the Laundrie's driveway was the camper, the Mustang, which I think that the cops took, and the parents' truck. So did the FBI take the van a long time ago? Or what was up with that? Because I never heard anything about the van. And I've always been like, what happened to the van? Joe said, I know they made a Lifetime movie on the Daybell Vallow case. Vallow sounds very familiar. I don't remember what case that is. Also, just like a side note, have y'all seen the fudge. What's this girl's name? That one lady who went just like absolutely lost it. I think I want to say her name is like Dr. Amy. Yeah, Dr. Amy Bishop. I want to cover that soon. I know it's not a missing persons thing, but that case just intrigues me to no end. That was like such a wild case, and I feel like nobody talks about it. I don't know what happened with that. Denny said, "No, you're not crazy. I remember seeing something on a Casey Anthony movie too." I'm gonna have to look into that. There's also been a lot of outpouring lately of like biopics. Like there's that biopic on Lady Di, like Princess Di, that's coming out. That looks actually really good, and I want to go see. But there's been a lot of biopics lately, and I feel like it's just adding to the mix. Danny said, "Oh, that? Just a cooler full of empty beer cans. The FBI just finished beer pong with the Laundries." That's hilarious. I love that. Joe said, "I haven't heard of that documentary. I haven't watched it yet. I highly recommend. It's not the like, it's not a documentary where you're gonna be like on the edge of your seat like the whole time. I don't think. I mean, you can be, but it's so it." It starts off in a kind of weird way, so it takes a second to get into it, I think is what I'm getting at. But the ending is so satisfying, and when you understand the full picture of this case, it's just wow. It was just incredible. Crystal chiming in, thank you, said, "Don't fuck with cats is crazy. Web sleuthers at their best." That is so true. So true. Yeah, Danny said I have to check that out. I'm not aware of the Daybell Vallow case. Is it the girls? It was like a girl, and her name was like Lori Vallow. Is that, because that's what I'm remembering right now. That's what I'm thinking. But if somebody can confirm that, because I don't really remember. Just said, "Really, Danny? You can definitely go down a long rabbit hole with that one." Yeah, I mean, there's so many long rabbit holes. I swear that one about Dr. Amy Bishop, I can't wait to like look into that one more when things calm down, because it's like wild. Wild case. Absolutely wild. Then he said, "Oh snap, I've heard all about the van. There's gotta be so much in there. There's gotta be so much in the van. I mean, that van was their whole life. Their whole life. So I'm really interested to see what they find in the van, or what's in there, or what's not in there, and what, you know what I mean?" Project Achiever says, "I think the FBI still has the van." I hope so. Okay, that's a good, thank you, Crystal. Said the FBI has the van since the 11th when she went missing. Danny said, "Yeah, I've never heard of it, but I will check it out." Oh, yes! Oh my god, thank you for jogging my memory, Joe. I know exactly what case this is. That case was insane. That case was insane. Yeah, Jesus. That was a fucked up case. Did anything happen at the end? Was she tried? Were they tried? Were they found guilty? Were they not? Did they go to jail? What happened? I don't know. Can somebody tell me? Because I have no idea. Crystal just confirming Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. Danny, I love stuff about cults. If anybody has any recommendations about anything documentary wise about cults, let me know, because I love stuff about cults. Danny asked, "Has the full autopsy come back yet of Gabby?" Not yet. So the first the autopsy started on the 20th-ish, I want to say. Let me pull up my Google Doc that has the information on it instead of trying to guess, because I have two cases in my brain plus every other true crime thing, you know, running around in there. 1 second. But so it's only been like, if like saying it was like the 20, I want to say it was the 21st when we got, the info that it was ruled a homicide. They were saying it was going to take like 2 to 3 weeks total to get the information. So, it's we're, if we're 10, like around 10 days in, then let's see, 1 second. I got my Google Doc. Yeah, the 21st was the day that it was positively identified as Gabby, and the manner of death was ruled a homicide. So it's been 9 days. They said 2 to 3 weeks, so it's still gonna be a little while. And I have a feeling they're gonna, they're gonna wait as long as they can and make sure that they quadruple check everything and quintuple check it, because they don't want to get any little detail wrong, especially not with a case as sensitive as this, as much attention as there is with this case. Like Joe said here, Project Shiva saying no. Joe's saying not yet, Danny, that'll take a while. Dave's saying okay. Oh, really? Wild. I didn't know that. Thank you for that update, though. Is she really in the mental hospital? That's wild. That's absolutely wild. Project Shiva was saying probably mid-October for autopsy results. Yeah, I think that's a fair guesstimate. Danny says, a little off topic, but are you looking forward to season 3 of You in 2 weeks on Netflix? I can't wait, lol. I haven't watched You. I've heard rave reviews of it. I just like, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea, I don't think. I much prefer seeing stuff about true crime, but a lot of things, and I think that, like, I'm somebody who I don't like movies or TV that are shot kind of weird, and especially like in dark lighting, and I feel like that is shot kind of weird, and I much prefer seeing true crime stuff than any of that stuff. I don't know how that makes sense. um Teddy's like, what? Yeah, just not my cup of tea. I much rather see true crime stuff and do stuff like this. Danny said LOL. Wild. That's wild. Project Achieva said, looking forward to Seinfeld in 4K on Netflix. What a mood. Is that, don't tell me that's actually gonna happen, because that's hilarious. That's, no way. Are they remastering it or something? Hold on, I'm looking this up. Oh my god, it really is coming to Netflix on October 1st in 4K. That's crazy. Danny's laughing and Project G was like, yes! Dude, there's so much stuff coming out right now in October. Actually, I'm so shook because, like I said, the Lady Di like movie is coming out. Now I just saw something that looks like it's about Barbra Streisand's like early life called Licorice Pizza, and the trailer was kind of interesting. I have to look into it. And then the one that has me shook above everything else is the new James Bond movie coming out with Daniel Craig. I love every James Bond movie with Daniel Craig. Casino Royale is my favorite. Anything with casinos is like my favorite. And it's coming out on my birthday. On my birthday. So I'm really excited. I'm sad though. I'm not even gonna be in town on my birthday. And so I don't even think I'm gonna be able to get to a theater to go see it on premiere day on my birthday. And I'm really sad. I'm really sad. I want to go see the new James Bond movie so badly. This is so off topic. We're off the rails. We are Ethan Klein right now. We are off the rails. But I just had to yell about the new James Bond movie. It looks really good. Wow, I can't believe that's starting tomorrow. Also, I would love to know if anybody has any fall suggestions. I want to enjoy New England fall to the fullest extent this year. Glad to know. I'm gonna put that on my reminder list, even though it's tomorrow, because I will still forget. I mean, like, I don't blame you. Like, my girl Crystal, I don't know if you're still on here, my girl Crystal over there, um, helped me out. I'm calling her my girl now because we vibing on another level. We just met last stream. And I was literally on a stream for an hour, and as soon as it was done, I was like, oh, I have to bring my Mickey ears to this event I'm going to. And I get off the stream, I was about to get off the stream, and Crystal was like, don't forget your ears. And I literally had already forgotten that I was going to take my ears. If it wasn't for Crystal, I would have forgotten. So yeah. And then Danny says, I want to see Venom. That's it. Is there, are you talking about the movie that came out like a year or so ago? Crystal, my girl. What is up? Thank you for sticking around. Me and Crystal gotta talk Disney soon. Actually, in case you guys are all new here, so the reason I started talking about Gabby is because I was doing travel vlogging content a lot, and I actually did a lot of Disney content. So we gotta talk about Disney. But I've kind of switched over because I wasn't making time, and I wasn't, you know, it just wasn't fulfilling what I wanted, and I wanted to help people, and I wanted to talk to people, and this has been like so fulfilling for me. So thank you guys so much for being on here with me. I'm gonna not be sappy right now. I'm not gonna be sappy right now. But my friend Marissa, I think she headed out because she's got stuff to do. But my friend Marissa was the one that kind of like was like, you got to change things. You got to do something different. This seems like you really like this, and so that's why I've been sticking with it, because I really love connecting with you guys, and I love shedding a light on these cases because they deserve it. So yeah, I will stop being sappy. This Project Achievement. To tie it all together, I saw Jerry Seinfeld live at the Caesars Palace in Las Vegas in 2019, and then gambled at my favorite casino, Casino Royale. Love it. And Denise says Venom 2 comes out, I think today in theaters or tomorrow. That's crazy. I didn't even know there was a Venom 2 coming out. Sorry, we are off the rails. We are H3H3. We are Ethan Kleining it up. We're off the rails on this stream. But we should do a stream soon that we all kind of get together and just talk about random stuff. Just like a whatever stream. Crystal says, I'm on the other coast, Disneyland. Oh my god, I need to go to Disneyland so bad. Walt Disney World is my home park, of course, because I'm from Florida. I love Disney World, but I need to hit Disneyland soon, so we gotta talk. We gotta talk. What time? Holy macaroni! It's already 9:13, guys. We've been on here for a while. So Danny says, sounds good. I'm in. Love that. I love this energy, Danny. I love this energy. Yeah, I hope you guys come back around. I hope to do that the Mia case this weekend. I really, really do. But with all that being said, I think that I'm gonna be calling it soon, because we're coming up on my bedtime, and every time that I stream, and I've been streaming almost daily the last bit since the 20th, I think was the first day that I streamed. The last like 10 days, I've pretty much been streaming every day, and every time I stream, I end up staying up way later. Crystal says, well, only walked in one park. You're still my girl, though. Okay, I should put that up. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Doesn't mean I still can't love Walt Disney World. I just haven't had the luxury of experiencing Disneyland. Have you experienced Walt Disney World, though? It is a much bigger park, may I add. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Dragon Man says good night. And he says lightweight. We get it. A little JK. All right, we're gonna have to have this discussion about Disney World. We're gonna have to do that. Also, if anybody ever wants to chat with me, let me not have my phone do something weird. If anybody ever wants to chat with me, best place to do it is either in the YouTube comments. Even if you want to talk about something different, if you want to talk to me about movies or TV shows or Disney or whatever, hit me up in the comments. It's probably the way that you'll get the responses the quickest, I want to say. It's been like the easiest to navigate. But also if you want to hit me up or just text me, you can always message me on Instagram or do like Joe has been doing and send me any links and stuff to Twitter. Tweet me the links. I have all my stuff like linked on my bio and all over my channel. So if you guys want to hit me up, any of those channels you can. If you guys want to give me any information, you know, comment down below or whatever. I'm always here keeping an eye on things to make sure that I don't miss anything on any of the cases. So let me know. Danny says, good night. And when do you go live if you want to guess a time frame? Or is it just random? I'm trying my best to get a schedule together, but I have so much stuff going on. I'm on the Eastern time zone. So it's always somewhere between like 6 to 7 p.m. that I start my stream. Today was later than usual, but around 6:30 to like 6 to like 7:30, somewhere around there. If you're wanting to catch my live streams, I would highly recommend, once you subscribe, to turn my notifications to all notifications. That way you don't miss anything. And I'm gonna start trying to, I think tomorrow I should be streaming by like 5:36 the latest. Danny, stop it. Stop. Don't be a little sexist joke in there. What the heck? No, it's not anything like, trust me, I want to have a schedule so bad, but it's difficult because I have appointments that I have to keep every week. So it's like really staggered, and I try really hard to do it as early as possible. So I'm not up all night because I get on a tangent in my brain about the Gabby case and I can't unwind from it. Project Achieva said, wonder what news will break tomorrow. I hope more witnesses come forward. I hope so too. So we'll hopefully, if you guys find anything out, let me know. Thank you. I don't know what Danny's talking about. Danny said, I'm just kidding. I tend to get carried away sometimes, but all in good fun though. All right, that's fair. But anyways, thank you guys again for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. I should be on by 5:36. I'm gonna solidly say 5:45, and I will actually set the I will schedule with StreamYard right now for my stream tomorrow, so you guys can go ahead and do the things. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 5:45. I'm sticking with that, and I will see you guys then. Until then, make sure to stay safe and love you guys. Bye guys.